Phew, that previous video was long and pretty technical, wasn't it? But you know, it showed us what goes on behind the scenes and how things work. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to apply that information in a very practical way when you're capturing spectra. So I've got a sample set of subs loaded here. I'm going to zoom in on the star, and then I'm going to draw my red capture box, maybe a little smaller than usual for the sake of this demo. Okay, let's stack. And there's the result. Look at all those stars and their accompanying spectra over here. What happened? Well, just like optical systems can produce ghost images from reflections, poor tracking can create what we call ghost spectra in your stacks. Faint, displaced copies of your zero-order star and the spectrum that appear when alignment fails. So the short story of what happened here is we had poor tracking, and that caused the star to jump long distances. Because I drew the red capture box so small, the stars actually jumped entirely out of the red capture box between two frames. So RSpec couldn't find the star, then alignment failed, and each star and its spectrum got stacked individually. Let's look at a quick animation of how this works. In the first three images, the star jumps a small amount but stays inside the box. Remember that with our default settings, after RSpec finds the star in the box, it moves the box to include the star. But on the fourth sub, the star jumps so far it jumps completely out of the box. RSpec can no longer find the star, so it just chases noise. The ROI box just jiggles around in place. And if we look at the ROI plot, we can see the quality plummets after the beginning. That's a sure sign that something isn't working. So that's the result of a capture box that's too small. We see ghost spectra. When you see ghost spectra like these, you'll need to increase the size of your ROI box. So I'll use Control-R to reopen the reference image, and I'll draw the ROI box a little bigger. And now I'll stack. There we go, a nice round star and a good stack. Let's look at a second animation of what happened. In this animation, we have a larger red capture box. As the star jumps a long distance, it stays inside the ROI box. So RSpec was able to find it and then properly register the image, and then move the ROI box around the star. And if we look at the plot, we can see that the value stayed consistently high, except on that one image there. That was probably a degradation in seeing. So to finish up, one final hint. Don't make the ROI box any bigger than it needs to be. Because if the red capture box is too big, RSpec may have trouble finding the zero-order star, which would interfere with the alignment. You may have to do a little bit of trial and error with the red capture box size to get it right.